Oh no, not another dent. Are you tired of those pesky dents? If so, call Marty's Body and Glass Shop here in Fordyce, Arkansas. That's right, Marty's offers PDR, paintless dent repair, at Marty's Body and Glass. Located at 1017 Morrill Street here in Fordyce, Arkansas, let Marty's certified PDR professionals get rid of those dents and dings for you. To make an appointment for an estimate, call Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call the number 870-352-2443. That's 870-352-2443. So if you're tired of those dents and dings, give Marty a call today. They can help. Need brakes fixed, alternator replaced, oil change, tie rods, ball joints, or much more? Call Stuckey's Automotive here in Fordyce, Arkansas. With more than 30 years of experience, Stuckey's and his certified licensed mechanics knows exactly what it takes to get your vehicle back running. He's located at 409 Overpass here in Fordyce, Arkansas. Hours of operations are Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. until and by appointments on Saturdays. And don't forget, Stuckey's also offers towing services. So give Stuckey's a call today at 870-250-1870. That's 870-250-1870. And remember, Stuckey's motto is, get them in and get them out. Are you looking for some great insurance coverage and you live in the Fordyce, Arkansas or surrounding areas? Well, search no more. Contact Milton Insurance Agency. Milton Insurance Agency is committed to providing you with the highest quality insurance plans available, combined with some of the lowest possible rates. Whether you're shopping for auto insurance, home insurance, health or life insurance, or business insurance, they can help you obtain the best coverage available with the lowest rate possible. Located at 314 North Spring Street here in Fordyce, Arkansas, Milton Insurance Agency truly value the long-term relationship with their clients and are proud to give families, individuals, and businesses the personal attention required when it matters most. When claims arise, they realize that it can be very stressful and will do everything possible to assure timely and complete recovery. Here are a few more coverages they provide: business auto insurance, builder's risk insurance, commercial property insurance, ATV insurance, classic car insurance, motorcycle insurance, and the list goes on and on. So stop what you're doing and get your free quote today. Give Milton Insurance a call at 870-352-2155. That's 870-352-2155. You can also find them on Facebook or check out their website. That's www.miltonins.com. Are you in the mood for a new car, truck, SUV, or something else? It's time to call Teeter Motor Company. Located at 1512 West Moline Street in Malvern, Arkansas, Teeter Motor Company would love for you to come and check out its large inventory of new and pre-owned vehicles. Come meet the guys. Why drive to Little Rock when you can make the short drive to Malvern and find out why they say the deals are always sweeter? They have a well-equipped showroom, modernized service department, and experienced staff. They also offer lucrative deals for their customers. So, if you're searching for a new or used car dealer, contact Teeter Motor Company in Malvern, Arkansas. They're just a phone call or website away. Call 501-458-4289 or go to their website. That's www.teetermotors.com. Hours of operations are Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. until 6 p.m. and on Saturdays, 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. So remember, the deals are always sweeter at Teeter. Are you tired of riding around in that old beat-up truck, car, or SUV? Have you had an accident, hit a deer, pothole, or something else? If so, call Marty's Body and Glass Shop here in Fordyce, Arkansas. Let Marty and his certified automotive body and related repairers make your ride look like new. Marty is a family-owned and operated business, and they care about their customers and their community. Their motto is John 3:16. So stop by for a quick estimate today. They're open Monday through Thursday, 8 a.m. until 6 p.m. And they're located at 1017 Morrow Street here in Fordyce, Arkansas. You can reach them at 870-352-2443 or after hours at 870-820-1288. And remember, Marty can set you up for a glass and windshield replacement as well as PDR, that's paintless dent repair. So again, that number is 870-352-2443. That's 870-352-2443. And you can also find them on Facebook.
You need to hear this if you're in Fordyce. From mufflers to deer stands, we do it all. Hey Fordyce, looking for more than just muffler repairs? Head over to Fordyce Muffler Shop at 1414 Highway 79, 167 Bypass. Jay and Cindy are your friendly local experts for CV axle repairs, custom deer stands, duck blinds, dog kennels, and even floating fishing piers. We're open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Need to chat? Give us a call at 870-352-5733. We're not just a shop. We're part of the community, supporting events like Fordyce on the Cotton Belt. So come on down to Fordyce Muffler Shop, where we don't do just mufflers, we do it all. See you soon.
Everybody is looking for fresh fish and tasty treats. Head over to Stanfield's Fish Market at 710 Morton Street in Fordyce. Open Thursday and Friday from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. and Saturday 8 to 2. From ribeye steaks to live fishing bait and pet food to seasonal plants, we've got it all. And if we don't have it, we'll get it for you. Stanfield's Fish Market, your one-stop shop for everything you need.
Looking for more insurance coverage? Now at Milton Insurance Agency, e-bikes and compact tractors are now acceptable. They have expanded their motorcycle program to ensure their customers that ride e-bikes or use small tractors on or off their property have the protection they need while enjoying their passion. Standalone specialized insurance has benefits not found on standard homeowners or form policies. They want to get their customers the coverage they want at a price they can afford with a specialized recreational lines policy. So, if you own an e-bike or a compact tractor and need a free quote, call 870-352-2155 or stop by 314 North Spring Street here in Fordyce, Arkansas. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. until 4:30 p.m., or you can visit them on their website. That's www.miltonins.com. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? I hope everybody is doing good this morning, cause I'm doing pretty good. You know, one of the mornings where you hate to turn the bed loose. Good morning. Good to see everybody that's logged in this morning. Say good morning so I can say good morning to you if you watching. You know, man, these mornings are definitely, hey, I'm still feeling the hour. You know, we lost the hour. I'm still feeling that hour, man. I don't know if you guys feeling it or not, but I'm definitely feeling it. So we got some great topics lined out today. So y'all come on in, wake up, turn that bed loose. Cause I know it's been hard. I mean, I don't know if it's the pollen or what, but I've been sleeping so hard. When you wake up, you don't even want to get up. You're like, man. But yeah, man, good luck washing your cars. If you got a black car, blue, dark blue, anything dark colored, you fixing to get ready to catch it, because this pollen is falling so thick and so hard right now. The pollen is outrageously thick already, and we haven't even gotten into the bulk of it yet. But this pollen is, man, this pollen is thick. It is, man. So good morning to everybody here at the Joe Show here in the big city of Fordyce, Arkansas. Hey, it's going down today. It's 7:06 on the dial, and yeah, we got some good stuff to talk about. We definitely do. You know, we had a good time the weekend. You know, we had our anniversary, the Chosen Ones did, and it was a great turnout. We had a great time. We really did. A lot of great quartet singers showed up at the event, so we appreciate you guys for coming out, showing love. And we had a great MC, Minister Anthony Jackson. He did an outstanding job. You know, it was a lot of family in there. My cousin Kevin Brazil, he come down from Nashville. He did a great job. You know, we had a great time. You know, we did. We really did. What's up, KB? Be careful on that road. What's up, Latasha McKinney? Good morning, Aaron Reinhardt. Good to see you. If you're watching and you're not talking, you just looking, at least say good morning. Because I know you're looking. There's some more people there. There's more people looking. Just say good morning. Just type good morning and go from there. But to you people that's on the road driving, be careful out there. Make sure you make it to your destination safe. You know, yeah, we had a good time, Aaron. We really did. We had a great time. Fist bump. You know, we had a good time. So, but, you know, Latasha says less than 30 days left to file your taxes, y'all. Latasha, she's with Liberty Taxes. You know, she just got through doing my taxes. She said it's less than 30 days to file your taxes. You better get there and get it done. Get it done. Latasha, what can happen if a person fail to file their taxes? I've always filed my taxes, but, you know, I heard somebody say less than 30. What can happen if a person, an individual, fail to file their taxes? What can happen? Good morning, Rosie Lowe. Good to see you. Good to see you, Miss Rosie. What can happen if an individual fail to file their taxes within the time limit of those 30 days and they go over the 30 days? I think a lot of people, you know, they rush in, they get them done, but what can happen if they don't get it done within those 30 days? I've always wondered that as well, you know, so you just never know. I'm just curious about that. You know, that could be a lengthy response, Joe. Oh, I got that's the day. That's what we're gonna have to get you to call. We'll get you to come in on the show. We'll have to call you in. We'll have to do that and have to talk taxes. I got you. So I got you. But man, y'all get to see Latasha. She does a great job. You know, she gets you in, gets you out, and everything. Now she may talk about men, if you go there and you dress up real nice, she gonna talk about you. She wants you to come in there in a pair of gym shorts and some cowboy boots, I guess. Woo! She wants you to come in there most it. Okay, I got you, Tasha. I got you. But no. But she done talked about me. I just had a blazer on. Talk about me coming up in there with my blazer on. But yeah, man, she does a great job. But we got some good stuff to talk about this morning, guys. And you know, I'm trying to, this weather, man, y'all really be careful out here, because you don't know whether it's the pollen, you don't know if it's influenza, you don't know if it's, you know, you got COVID. It's just so much different. It's so many different aspects to what's happening with the weather. You know, it's, hey, you in Arkansas, it could be 70 today, and the other morning we woke up, it was 34 to 30. My windshield had ice on the windows, so you know that plays a big part into why a lot of people, you know, they're getting sick, because your body can't adjust to this weather, to what's going on. You know, one while you're freezing cold, the next while you're sweating, you hot. And so that's why you gotta dress the part, man. You know, try not to underdress. You know, I see people already wearing gym shorts, you know, at the store. You see people, and I've always heard, you know, your parents say,
or your grandparents say things like, you know, when it's like this, you're supposed to still dress like it's really cold. You know, like still wear sweaters, still stay bundled up, because your body hadn't gotten used to that yet. So I don't know how true that is. I have no idea if that's true or not. But you know, people are staying sick. You know, I work at a hospital, and I hear them talking about how many people they're seeing with the new flu virus, or I don't know. It's all kind of viruses out there right now. So you just never know what you may come up with nowadays, man. With all this stuff floating around in the atmosphere, you just never really know what you got. You know, guys. So, guys, you know, definitely, guys, stay protective. You know, I normally go to the store and I use my shirt tail when I get ready to open the door at the store. I don't know who all do that or not, you know, but when I get to a store, I take the bottom of my shirt and I open the door, and people see you do that and they be like, I wonder what he got going on. But I literally use my sleeve if I can't use my sleeve, or I use my shirt tail to open up doors going into the store. Open up the icebox areas where the sodas are. I grab my sleeve or I grab my shirt tail and open it up. I try not to touch all those handles and stuff like that. I don't know if anybody else do that or not, but I definitely do that when I go to the store. When I grab the gas pump, I sanitize my hand. I don't use my shirt tail to pump the gas because it's kind of hard to do. But I got hand sanitizer. You know, I sanitize my hand real good before I grab the pump. After I grab the pump, I sanitize my hand. I try to do everything I can, because I'm telling you, when I first started experiencing getting sick this time of year, I thought I was getting a cold. I was treating it like a cold, but it was pollen. It was pollen. Till my doctor told me, he was like, Joe, man, you're allergic to pollen. This pollen is what's got you like this. So he told me to start taking like a Zyrtec or something daily. And it helps. I take a Zyrtec every day, or some type of allergy, non-drowsy allergy pill. I take it daily. And it helps me out tremendously, because I didn't know. I would treat it just like I would get that little tickly feeling in my throat. I would get the coughing and sneezing. I'm like, man, I'm getting a cold. And I would sit up and I would treat it just like a cold all day long. I mean, I'm coughing. I'm buying cough syrup. I'm doing this, and I started dealing with bronchitis a lot, and it was due to all of the allergies and all of that. All them years, guys, I thought I was dealing with a cold or something like that, because I know that I always test negative when I would go in and try to test for a COVID, not COVID, but the flu or something, and it would always be negative. But I'm feeling horrible. It was the pollen. So remember that. What's up, Manny? Good to see you, cuz. Good to see you. Erin says handkerchiefs. You say handkerchief. Let me say handkerchief. Is that really how you spell it? I call them do-rags. Yeah, a lot of people call them do-rags, snot rags, and everything. I don't do handkerchiefs, because some people do handkerchiefs, but my thing about it, don't you gotta keep using it all over and over again? I mean, you gotta keep using it over and over again. So that, I don't know. Is that how I think? Is that the purpose of the handkerchief? Is that I thought the handkerchief, some people use it to wipe their sweat. I can get that, but if they're using it then taking it folded and put it back in their pocket, use it again, that to me that's we ain't trying to roll like that. No handkerchiefs here. No handkerchiefs here. But good morning, guys. As you come in, I'm definitely going to speak to you. Thank you, Manny, for saying good morning. But hey, we're going to get on into this. We got a lot to talk about on the show, guys. We definitely going to get into our topics here. Last week, I can't remember. I know we got stuck on topic number 1. So I'm going to make sure I'll go back and I'll look at that and see. If not, I'll bring it back up next week, because I got a couple of more topics that's kind of in line that I got to follow that someone has sent me. So I'm going to try my best to follow suit on that, guys. I'm definitely going to do that. But let's see here. And it was a lot of somebody was telling me that they was coming on the show, but it was getting kicked off the show. It's like as soon as then I have a lot of people tell me that they used to could see me when I go live, and now it's not even giving them any alerts. But that's how Facebook, all the rhythms work. You know, that's why you got to go to the individual's page. If you sit back waiting for it to pop up in your news feed, Facebook don't operate like that. That's why if you know that the show comes on at 7 o'clock, you got to go to my personal page and click on it, because it shows up in some people's news feed, and some news feeds it don't show up. That's just how Facebook works sometimes. You know, what say, Ari, you need more? Yeah, you definitely gonna need more than one. You gotta buy them like you do tissue. I guess that's how that goes. All right, guys, we got any birthdays. If anybody watching right now or later, if you got some birthdays, please write down the individual's name and we can tell them happy birthday, guys. I want to definitely send a special prayer up to our cousin. I have a relative that's been dealing with some illnesses, guys, so I definitely want to put some prayer hands up for my cousin Ray Eddington. He's dealing with some illnesses. I'm only speaking on this because they did post it on social media. His wife did. So I want to put some prayer hands up, if you don't mind, for my cousin Ray Eddington. He's dealing with some illnesses, and so we're praying for you, cuz. We pray for, a speedy recovery and a turnaround, man. So love you. Hope you get to feeling better, and don't think I hadn't been thinking about you, cuz. So I definitely been thinking about you. So hopefully if somebody see this, let him know we talked about him on the Joe Show. So, put some prayer hands up for him, guys, and be praying for him, his family, because when one person is down in the family, it's definitely a task. It's really, it's hard. It's definitely hard. So thank you so much, Aaron, for putting the prayer hands up. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much. Because it's tough on a family. When someone's going through some illnesses, I've been through it with my family, with my, with my dad and everything, and my mom. So when you're going through things like that, it is definitely a hard situation, So I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much, Aaron. Man, we're pushing on. No birthdays, no anniversaries or anything. We're definitely going to push on. But man, I'm telling you, I was noticing how everybody in the media was talking about the prices of eggs and everything, and it's almost like people get stuck on one thing. They talk about this, they talk about that, then the next time you turn around, they move on, to something else, and it just kills me when that happens. But okay. But it kills me when that happens. But it never fails. It always be something to come up to take its place. And with the media, with all the stuff that's going on with the Elon Musk and the Donald Trump stuff, and it floods the media, and it takes your attention off everything else that's actually going on in your area and stuff, guys. So you got to stay alert. You definitely got to stay alert and see what's going on. All right, let's push on. We're gonna push on to. I had this one look at this. I want you guys to check something out. I want y'all to see this right here. Hold on. Let me find it. I'm only gonna do one look at this moment because let me see. Let me find it right quick. Let me find it. I thought this was funny because last time I think I did 3 or 4 last time. I'm only gonna do one this time. I'm only gonna do one because I only got time to do one because I want to make sure I get off in time. Hold on, let me see, can I find it? Let me see, can I find it? Yeah, there it is. I'm just gonna do one. I'm gonna do one of them and let you guys check it out. Hold on, let me see, can I find it? Here you go. Y'all know how they come up with things when when a baby is crying and they coming up with something where they can make the baby stop crying. Y'all check this out right here. Look at this. Look at this right here. That's pretty cool. That's pretty inventive. I like that. That's pretty inventive. I like that. I like that. I definitely like that. That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. You know, you got your baby crying, and if your baby crying, you don't have to do nothing. I like that. I like that. I know a lot of women probably would love to have that right there with them newborns, with them babies. I think that's pretty cool. I think that is pretty cool. All right, let's get it in. Let's get it in, guys. Let's get it in. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hold on, let me pop this up. All right, let's look at it. Okay, we got that. I was talking to somebody the other day, you know, we was talking about, you know, when you're working on your, you know, whether you're working on your jobs or whatever you got going on, you know, making sure, what you say, Aaron said I needed that for my youngest grandson. I feel you. Good morning, Janice Alexander. Good to see you. Good to see you, Janice. You know, I was talking about this with someone, guys, whether it be work, church, whether it's in your family, whatever, guys. Don't be an easy target and be made an example of. And what I mean by that, if something's going on and sometimes people are needing to do something to whether it's at your job or anywhere, you know, don't be that individual that they make an example of. Make sure you follow all the rules. Make sure you do what you're supposed to do. Make sure you are not the one that they use to make an example of. But seriously, you got to think about that, you know, because there's a lot of times when you be on your job working and everything, and there's rules that need to be followed and everything, and if you're not careful, you're the one that hey, you're going to be the first, as they say, you're going to be next. You're going to be on deck. You know, so hey, make sure you watch yourself and make sure you're doing what you're supposed to do. Because if you do your part, I tell anybody on a job, you know, because you have a lot of times when things go on a job, people will have a tendency to pull you in. Man, don't get with the gossip. Don't get with whatever is going on negative. You know, stay, you know, you got to communicate with people. But at the same time, if they bring in drama, you stay out of it. Stay out the drama. Don't get inside the drama mix. And it's so sad that sometimes when you try to stay to yourself and not fool with people, people tend to say you acting funny, or people tend to say you think you better than them. And it's really sad that it's like that you try to stay out of the mess. And when you stay out of the mess, people tend to say you acting funny. So a lot of times you don't know what to do. A lot of people don't know what to do. And just because a person is not communicating or a person is not getting involved in all the mess that goes on, that don't mean they're a bad person. That don't mean they think they better than you. That don't mean a person sometimes just like to be out of mess. Because when a group of people get together, I can guarantee you money. Most likely they're going to be gossiping about somebody. Something going to come up negative. And I think if a person don't want to stay involved in that, you know, don't want to be around that, leave the person alone. As long as that person is doing a good job, they doing their job, they doing what they supposed to do, leave the person alone. But you know, sometimes, you know, they go to saying, oh, they acting funny, oh, they act like they better, are using the word, they think they better than everybody else. And it's not that. Some people just don't like mess, and some people just don't like drama. They like to stay out of it. Simple as that. Simple as that. And there's nothing wrong with staying out of drama. Simple as that. That's the way I look. That's the way I look at it. That's just my opinion about it, you know, because as long as you're doing your job, make sure you do your job and make sure you communicate with the individuals you need to communicate when it's time to communicate, you should be okay. Simple as that. You should be okay. All right, guys, if you're watching the show, share the show, guys. What's up, Kimberly Perm? Good to see you, girl. Good to see you. You know, so make sure that, I mean, and I don't know why a lot of people say that. You know, they'll start saying because you like to stay out of mess, you don't like to be in drama, they'll start saying you acting funny. They'll start saying you think you better than this person or things like, and it's not that. It's not that. You just don't like being around mess. And there's nothing wrong with not being around mess. I promise you that. All right, guys, we're going to push on. It was here, guys. Know who, you know, this is something, man, that me and a couple people was talking about, you know, knowing who you're married to, knowing who you have a relationship with. That's something that we was talking about. And hold on, let me see what Aaron says. Aaron says, I need to do that. Okay, I already said that. Hold on, let's see. Aaron says, I stay on my heel here in Tulip. My job is here at home. Is here, so I am proud of my home girl. I'm a proud home girl. I got you. I got you. Ain't nothing wrong with that, Aaron. You know, and what I mean by that, we was talking about knowing who you're in a relationship with. And sometimes you can date somebody, and when you be dating that individual, you have it in your mind when you get married, that individual gonna be a different individual. Listen, who you're dating, that's who you remember, that's who you gonna marry. Whatever went on in the relationship when you were dating, that's what's gonna go on when you get married. So, because sometimes people have a tendency to think that whoever they're dating, when they get married, things gonna change. Most of the time when you the individual who you're dating, if y'all didn't get along when you were dating, you may get along on the day of the wedding because you get married. You know, you may get along on the day because it's the honeymoon. But if you argued all the time while you were dating, if you stayed into it all the time while you were dating, you gonna stay into it when you get married. People don't, I mean, just getting married don't change nobody. You know, especially the way they are. The way they are. So who you are dating, that's who you're marrying. Simple as that. Because you know, there's a lot of things be said that when you're dating somebody, you know, they'll say something like, shoot, when we get married, I ain't gonna do that no more. When we get married, I'm done with that. When you get married, you still the same person. You still the same person. But I'm telling you, a lot of times people will say that. They'll think that. They'll feel like, well, when I get married, you know, things is going to definitely change. So remember, who you are marrying, that's the same person. You know, who you're dating, that's who you're marrying. Simple as that. That's the way I look at that. You know, I mean, I guess a lot of times, a lot of people don't think of it that way. But that's the way I think of it, guys. That's exactly how I think of it. You know, in relationships, when it come down to, you know, having buddies and having friends and everything, it's amazing what guys get together and what they can talk about when it come down to their marriages. Because, boy, I done been in some circles with guys talking, boy, some really crazy stuff. That's all I can say. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead on. We're going to do topic number 1 and get it out the way. And like I said, I deleted my last topic, but I think last show we didn't do I think we only did one topic, and I have to go back and I have to pull that second topic we did. Guys, I think I'm going to have to do that because I think I didn't discuss that second topic from last week. So next week I go back and I'll pull it again because I don't want to skip nobody's topic. I want to make sure I do that. I definitely want to make sure I do that. All right, guys. And to the people that's watching but not talking, good to see you this morning, guys. Good to see you this morning. Good to see you. I see you. I see who watching, but they just ain't sitting there. Y'all just ain't talking. Y'all just ain't saying nothing, but I see who watching. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you guys. All right, we're going to jump on to our topic number 1, guys. Aaron, you ready for my topic? Aaron been my champ this morning. Hey, Aaron, I appreciate you, girl. You talking. I appreciate you, girl. I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much, Aaron. All right, guys, we got topic number one, and I'm gonna move through these. I'm gonna move through these pretty quickly, guys. I'm gonna move through them pretty quickly, so we can get out of here. Big shout out to thank you, Miss Janice Alexander. Yeah, very quiet today. Very quiet today. That's cool. I get it. All right, guys, we got topic number one. Aaron, I appreciate you, girl. I appreciate you. We got topic number one. Man writes, Joe, my wife and I have been married for 1 year. We dated for 6 months and got married. Here is the issue, Joe. She's wanted to have a big extravagant wedding costing around 20 grand. Yes, $20,000. I actually agreed to this when we first got married. Since we went and got married at the courthouse. That's what they did. They got married at the courthouse and got married. That's how they first got married. What's up, Michael Jackson? They first got married at the courthouse, guys. And so, so now, you know how some people do. They just hurry up and get married. Then they make plans to have a big wedding later on. That's what they did. So she wants to go and spend $20,000 on this big wedding. And he said that, since we went to get married at the courthouse at first, but now that we've been married over a year and we've saved the money up, so they've saved the $20,000 to get married. He's saying, I do not want to spend that money on a wedding, but she's made all these plans, all these bridesmaids, photographers, video makers, food, places to have it, etc. Joe, we have bills that's due right now. And that's where this money needs to go. So my question is this. Will I be wrong to stop this wedding and explain to her my thoughts on it? Or do I say nothing and go through with spending the money on this wedding? So what y'all think? What you think, Mikey? They done saved up $20,000 for a wedding. They already married. They got married at the courthouse. They got bills due. But she's excited. She got all her bridesmaids. He got the groomsmen. They getting ready to spend money on a photographer. Of course, they got to get a DJ. There's a ton of money got to be spent for this wedding. And he's saying, look, we got bills due already. So we got 20 grand in the bank to spend on this wedding. And she's getting ready to run through it and do a thing. He said, so man, will I be a bad guy if I went to her and I said, we don't need to do this. We need to spend this money on our bills. Or do he let things go the way they are? So what do you think, Joe Show? Let's weigh in. You're tuned in to Facebook Hottest Live Show, The Joe Show here in Fordyce, Arkansas, every Wednesday morning at 7 o'clock. That's right, 7 o'clock in the morning time, guys. So guys, what do you think about it? Do you think he should spend this money on the wedding? Or do you think, they should save this money and just pay their bills? What you think, guys? Do we do what she say or what? Y'all let that soak in, guys. And while y'all letting that soak in, guys, we're going to hear from one of our sponsors and we'll be back. Y'all go ahead on. Type out your comment. We'll see what you got to say about it. We'll be right back.
If your insurance is costing a fortune, it's time for a change. Welcome to Milton Insurance Agency, your local insurance experts in Fordyce, Arkansas. Whether it's home, auto, business, or life insurance, Skip and Patrick have got you covered. And that's not all. They also offer specialized coverage for e-bikes and small compact tractors. Need help with Medicare? They can assist with that too. Milton Insurance Agency has been a trusted name in our community since 1978, offering personalized service and competitive rates. Visit us at 314 North Spring Street, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. For a free estimate, call Skip or Patrick today at 870-352-2155. That's 870-352-2155. Milton Insurance Agency, your peace of mind is our priority.
All right, guys, we back. Let's see. All right, we got Janice Alexander. She's commenting. Let's see what Janice says. Janice says, me and my husband got married at the courthouse and stayed together until the Lord took him. We said in 10 years we was gonna have a wedding, but instead we did a ring update. All right then, there's nothing, and let me tell you something, guys. There's nothing wrong with that at all. You know, so let me come back. I'm gonna come back to you, Janice, but I'm gonna see what Miss Brill said. Miss Brill says the only way to find out is just to sit her down and talk to her. If she doesn't know the bills are an issue, then you can't fault her for plans you both agreed to. Great comment, Bria. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, because both of you guys make sense, you know. Sometimes I know when people will start to think what the person might say, and they may fall back. They may say, man, I just want to get a person's opinion about it because I never know what they may say. So hold on, let me read a couple more of these comments. We got Miss Kimberly says, my co-worker says she needs to spend half on bills and the other half on the wedding. Downsize the wedding. I like that. I like that, Kim. Tell her. I like that comment. All right, we got Aaron said, hold on, let me go back up. I skipped my boy Mikey. Mikey said, pay them bills. You can't see with no lights. You can't eat with the fridge off, and you can't sleep with no air. And them bills not gonna stop coming. It's gonna put you in more debt than you already in. All right, that's good, and that's a good way to look at it too, Mikey. We got Aaron says, next he will be signing divorce papers if he takes it back. Should have thought about this first. We got married on my Uncle Phil's front porch. He was in socks, still married 17 years later. I'm gonna tell you though, weddings can be so extravagant, and to me, the wedding tends to be for a woman. I don't know why. Am I right? And y'all tell me if I'm wrong or not. If I'm wrong, I'll stand down. But tends to seem like the wedding to me is something the woman wants, and the woman, because the men seem to be like, just get it done. We're gonna be there. We're gonna show up. But seem like the woman normally does a lot of the planning. Men. We're there, we get our groomsmen, we reach out to our homeboy, hey man, you want to be in my wedding? But that woman tends to plan a lot of it and get a lot of the decorations and what color, and so to me that wedding is for that woman. That woman loved that wedding. She wants her friends to see how extravagant her wedding was and how big her ring is, and women get into that, and let me ask y'all this. Ladies is watching. Let me ask y'all this question. Y'all be honest with me. Do the size of the wedding, is it, hold on, let me bring the music down because I want to make sense when I say this. Does the size of the wedding define the love of the man towards you? Is that why a wedding is so important, where the woman feel like the other people are going to look and say, wow, they had a big wedding. He must really love this girl. Is that why you have explain it to us. If you're watching, if you had a big extravagant wedding, and why is it for, because I don't think the wedding itself is for you and your husband. I think it's for people to see. I think the wedding is more for people to say, whoa, wow, look at their wedding. Rather than because like you said, you can go get married on the front porch, and if you really love each other, you'll be together forever. But help me out, guys. I mean, what do you guys think? Is it really for, in other words, is it for show? Is it for show? That's the word I'm looking for. Is it really for show, or is it really for love? I don't know. We got Mikey says, you right, Cousin Joe. You spend all that money, and then a year later down the road, things ain't working out. Then you out of money, and you lost your wife and half of everything you own. You don't pay your bills ASAP. Pay your bills ASAP. So ladies, so Mike said, I'm right. Said that's what it's about. It's for showing. It just because, could be lasting a year or whatever. KB and I didn't have a big wedding at all. we went to my dad's house. We got married there at my dad's house. You know, and we haven't had a big wedding. We've never had a big wedding. You know, so and it's been over 20 years. We still together. So I don't know. You know, we got Janet says, yes, ma'am. My friend had 2 weddings. I was in both. She got married a 3rd time. I said, girl, go stand on the front porch. Hey, Jan, you say you told a girl go stand on the front porch? Say, ain't no front porch weddings. Hey, that be something. Hey, but Erin said she done got married 3 times. Hey, Erin, your 3rd marriage was front porch too. So, what it ultimately boiled down to, though, I think it boils down to, the individuals. You know, some people gotta be so classy. Some people gotta be so bougie. They gotta have the big weddings. They gotta have all the blah. And there's nothing wrong with that. If that man wants that, if that woman wants that, but I'm gonna tell you this, I ain't going in debt for you. I'm sorry. I'm not finna have no $20,000 wedding. I'm sorry. You know, even if I had $20,000, I don't want no $20,000 wedding. Man, let's see what Ms. Williams says. Ms. Williams says, a wedding doesn't determine each other's love for each other. I had a wedding that wasn't expensive at all, but it was nice. And for me, it was the fairy tale of my father getting to walk me down the aisle to my future husband. So for some of us, we are just hopeless romantics. I got you, Miss Brill. I got you. You know, and that's true. You know, some girls do think about, you know, my daddy walking me down the aisle, giving me away. Some people think about this is something that I can remember for the rest of my life or whatever. But I want to say this. You can do a wedding a lot cheaper than $20,000. $20,000 to me is too much money for a wedding. And one thing I can say about people, if people see you trying to go all out, they're going to charge you all out. So you can do a very nice wedding for $200 or $300. You could do a very nice wedding for $200 or $300. I don't know. All you gotta do is use nature. Go out there and get you a few pine cones. Spread them pine cones out on the front porch. Go get some of them leftover Christmas lights. String them Christmas lights across the porch. String them Christmas lights across the porch. Go get some cotton balls. Take them cotton balls and stick them everywhere. Woo! But Kevin Johns, what Kevin Johns said, Joe, like your friend did, big old wedding, and 2 years later, no, not together. Hey, it can happen. It can happen, but you know, like it is what a person wants. If you and your husband, or you and your soon-to-be husband, if you guys agree to having a big extravagant wedding, I think that's what you should do. But if you know you got bills and you already in debt and you already married, there's nothing wrong with postponing the wedding until you get financially able to do it. Cause I'm gonna tell you now, it'll be hard for me to look at 20 grand in the bank and look at you and I'm already married to you. It'll be hard for me to look at 20 grand in the bank. So my wedding price gonna shrink. We be saying, you know, when I first meet you, I'm excited about you, and I'm gonna agree with everything you say. Yeah, baby, we can have a big wedding. That's what I'm talking about. You know, no, let's go and get married now, but we can have a big wedding. You know, $20,000, $30,000, it don't matter. I mean, whatever you want to do. But then a year and a half down the road, you got a new car, he got a new car, y'all got bills, and you like, you know, so we still gonna do this wedding, you know, let's try to cull back a little bit. And that's when you need to come together. You need to come together and say, let's call this wedding back a little bit. Let's spend $5,000. You know, or cut it in half, like somebody said earlier. I think it might have been Kim said, do $10,000 on the wedding, $10,000 on bills. You know, you can come on. You can do a wedding for $10,000. You can do a wedding for $5,000. You know, some people don't spend that much. So that's the way I look at it. All right, Joe Show. Good to see everybody logging in. Thank you guys that's commenting. I appreciate you. Let's push on to topic number 2. If you're ready for topic number 2, I need you to type down the word ready. Let's get into it, guys. Okay, let me read. Hold on, I gotta read. I got one more big comment come in. I gotta read it from my boy Mikey. Mike says, if you love someone, it shouldn't matter where you got married at. If she loved you, it shouldn't matter. If she loved you, it shouldn't matter. Bills are responsibilities, and debt is something that's hard to get over. Once you get behind, you will be forever trying to catch up. So trying to impress people, and when the wedding is over with, them final notices start coming in, and she gonna start complaining about why the bills are piling up. So she should think about what's important first. To think about her, then think about herself. Amen. You right about that, Mikey. Good comment, bro. Good comment. Good comment. All right, guys. I love to see when my fellas comment. I love to see when the men comment. I love it. I appreciate you, Aaron. All right, we got some people say they ready for topic number 2. Topic number 2, guys. Here we go. Joe Show. Man writes, Joe, my fiance and I have dated for 1 year. She came to me and stated that she wanted to move in. Now, you guys remember he said fiance, so he's already proposed to this woman. They're already engaged to be married. So I want you guys to catch this. All right. She came to me and stated that she wanted to move in with me. She has a 16-year-old daughter that lives with her. Well, Joe, she allows her 16-year-old daughter's boyfriend to spend some nights and stay the weekend at her apartment with them. I told her if her and her daughter is coming to move in with me, her daughter boyfriend can visit, and that's limited. And he will not be spending the night at my home. Well, Joe, her daughter got angry and said she didn't want to move. And now my fiance is staying at her apartment and decided not to come. Joe, is this a bad red flag, or do I continue with this relationship? So this man and this woman, they're engaged to be married. They've been together for a year. So he went to her because she's allowing her daughter's boyfriend, you know, she's 16 and her boyfriend spends the night there. Her boyfriend do all. So he went to her and said, look, I noticed what you got going on at your apartment. That's your business. That's your apartment. That's your daughter. But if y'all move in my house, this ain't happening. Ain't no boy spending the night at my at my home. And ain't no boy staying the weekend. He can visit, and that's even limited. How much he can visit. He ain't coming over when he want to come over. Hey. So the daughter gets mad and say, I don't want to move with him. So the mom basically follows suit. Well, you know, to keep confusion down, I'm not going to move, you know, and go from there. So I'm going to say this, bro, and I know we got people weighing in, but I'm going to say this to you, man. I'm proud of you, Doc. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you, Doc. Stick to your gun. See, that's the problem. Everybody think the rules they have are the rules other people should have. That's the problem when it comes to people with their kids. Just because you allow your kid to do a certain thing, that don't mean that man you finna get with is going to allow their kid to do that same thing. So now, I don't get it. She let her daughter's boyfriend lay up in the house with her, spend the weekend with her, but then she thinking this man is gonna allow it to go on at his home. Bruh, man, no. Hold on. We got Janet says, when I was 16, if I had a boy come over, everybody was in the living room watching. You ain't lied about that. You is not lying about that, Janice Alexander. I mean, what is so hard for her to understand how wrong that is? I mean, but there are parents that do it. There are parents that let their kids, boyfriends and girlfriends spend the night at their home. There are parents that let that go on. And when you allow things like that to go on, and then, you know, stuff like this happens. So now you possibly, you know, man, Aaron says, conflict already started. That's the first red flag. Run. It will not turn out well. That mama needs popped in the forehead. My thing about it is, I commend and I salute parents who stand up to their kids. Let me say that again. I salute parents that stand up to their kids and say, let me explain something. If your child start to feel like they own your home, ain't no good parenting going on. Your child need to always feel like, I stay there with mom and daddy. This is my mom and daddy place, or this is my mom's place. This is my dad. When they start feeling like they can do what they want to do and bring anybody in your place they want to bring in your place, that's their house now. That's their home. Your kid got to always feel like, I'm going, you know, of course they got a home. Of course they got a home, but they got to understand that's mom and dad's home. They're there temporarily. That's mom and dad's home. They are there temporarily. Temporarily, because you know, when you find these 35, 36-year-old kids, young people still staying at home with their parents, still in there playing video games and stuff like that at their mom and dad's crib, you better run. Them cats ain't looking to go nowhere. They looking to stay in that house until mom and daddy die. They not looking to get their own. You know, so, no, you didn't do anything wrong, man, as far as a red flag. And let me tell you, now, does that make that woman a bad woman? Let me explain something. I'm not telling you to leave this woman or anything like that. I'm not saying that. Y'all may have a great relationship. She may lack parenting skills. She may not, and if she's not willing, let me say that if she's not willing to do the right thing with her kid, with her daughter, then yeah, you need to get out of there. But if she's willing to listen to you and say, you go to her and say, I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that. I wouldn't let my kids lay up in their house with their boyfriend. If she's willing to transform into what you believe in, then there's nothing wrong with that woman. But sound like she's not going to be willing to do that. Sound like she's going to follow suit with her daughter. Because first off, if she loves you and she cares for you and she's ready to do what you say do, she's going to be telling her daughter, first off, this man is not allowing you to bring this dude to your house. This is going to be my husband. I love this man. You going to do what he say, do at his house. That's what you going to do. You going to do what he say, do at his home. If not, then I guess you won't be going, but I'm going. I don't know where you going to go, but I'm going to this man's house because it's finna be my husband. That's what a woman needs to stand up and say. Don't let your daughter run your whole relationship. Your daughter holding you back from, you probably been single, looking for your husband. Now you got a good man, got his own place, got his own shower, got his own soap. And you finna let your daughter cause you to lose a man because you want your daughter laying up with her boyfriend at your apartment. That's when you tell your daughter, we gonna do what this man say in his house. You don't do what your daughter say do and go back home. So, huge red flag if she's not willing to do that with you, bro. Huge red flag. She's always gonna put, and let me say this to the women out there who always say, I don't put no man over my kids. I don't put no husband over my kids. Let me say, your husband's supposed to come before your kids. Same way a wife's supposed to become before. And see, people always holler that. And let me tell you why come the good Lord set that up like that. Let me tell you why come you put you supposed to forsake all others for your spouse. And let me tell you this why. And a lot of women, I don't put nobody over my kids. Let me tell you why. When your kids get grown, they're not going to be studying you. I've seen so many people put their kids before they spouse, and then what happened when your kids grow up, the reason why God put that way, he knew when your kids grow up, they going to leave you. Now, if you neglected this man all these years because your kids was in the house, but then when your kids get grown and they ain't stun you and they gone, who you gonna be looking at? You gonna be looking right at your husband. That's if you're still together. That's why God said that, because he knew that your kids are gonna grow up and they're gonna be gone. Your kids don't even want to listen to you when they 12 and 13 already. So what you think gonna happen when they get grown? They gonna check on you every blue moon. That's why it's important that you have your helpmate, that person there that's gonna be there for you when their kids is acting a fool and gonna be gone or gonna be doing your husband or your wife supposed to be there for you to get your back. But no, a lot of times you neglect them for your kids. And then you wondering why come they lose love for you and don't want to be with you later on in life, because you neglected them for your kids. You don't neglect your spouse for your kids. I understand why some people do that. And that's why come a lot of times them kids grow up and they leave and I don't know where little Ricky at. He don't even call and check on me. Now your husband sitting over there bitter as hell, looking at you and he wanted, yeah, I told you them boys were gonna do you that way. I told you them boys were gonna do you that way. And nobody wanna hear what you got to say. Nobody, you always gotta bring that up now. But he right. He right. He right. You know, I don't know about to say nothing to my kid. That's my job. I talk to my. Keeping it 100. Keeping it 100. Keeping it 100, guys. If you watch the show, if you haven't hit the like button, hit the like button. Hit the like. Don't watch the show and don't at least hit the like button. Hit the like button. Some of y'all don't watch the show the whole time and ain't hit no button. Just click the like button. Appreciate you guys. Guys, I got to cut out of here. We'll see y'all next week. I thank you guys. You know, the few people that came in this morning, thank you guys. You know, whenever my page does this, I already know I am getting Facebook set up these new algorithms, guys. If you don't share the show, you know, a lot of people can't see the show. And like they don't pop up in people's feeds, guys. And when that's what Facebook does, they do it. Some shows, they people see it, but that's just what they do. On a morning like the morning, a lot of people probably gonna say they didn't see the show. You know, I appreciate you guys that came this morning, that participated. Love you guys. God bless you. You know, thank you so much. But I gotta get out of here, guys. I gotta get to work. Love you guys. Remember, if you woke up this morning, you won. We out.